We're going to go through the 1265 dice set, which is an intermediate dice shooting dice set. Hey, my name is Joe and this is my Craftsmaster dice shooting journey. Let's make it yours too. So this is the 1265 dice set. If you read the dice, it'll be 1, 2, 6, 5. And let's go back to our hardway dice set, which is the dice set we used in the beginning of our series. Okay, and that's our 5-4 dice set. And in order to get to the 1265 dice set from this dice set, what we're going to do is we're going to explode the left dice and we're going to turn out one number. So there's our 12. And our right dice is going to be exploding out and we're going to turn it in one number. So there's our 65. So 1265 is our dice set here. And by the way, this is my white Crafts Nation dice. Remember with this dice set we can have 90 different results, and the 2 will show up one of those 90 times. The 3 will show up 6 different ways. The 4 will show up 9 different ways. The 5 comes out 8 different ways. The 6 will show 11 of the 90. The 7 shows up 20 times. The 8 will come out 11 of the 90 ways. The 9 will show 8 of the 90 ways. 10 will show 9 times. The 11 comes out 6, and the 12 come out 1 time. So starting with this 1265 dice set, we'll go through all the different ways that the 7s will show. And if you notice, this is another one of the all 7 dice sets, but this is different than the last all 7 dice set that we had gone through because the numbers show up in the different amounts. So we'll see 4 of our 7s on all the primary numbers. So we have a 167, the 257, the 617, and the 527. Going back to our original dice set of 1265, you're going to get 2 7s when the right dice implodes and the left dice stays primary. So we have a 1-3 Big Joe from Craftsmaster Journey. We have a 2-5-7, 6-4-10, and a 5-2-7. Going back to our dice set of 1265. Our next group of 7s, which are 2 of them, will come in when the left dice implodes and our right dice stays on primary. We have the 4-10, Waylon's best friend, on the end. We have the 2-5-7, the 3-1 Big Joe, and the 5-2-7. Okay, going back to our dice set of 1265. And our next 2 7s comes when the right dice explodes and the left one stays primary. So the 1-5-2-7, the 6-3 center field 9, and the 5-2. Going back to our 1265. And our next 2 comes when the right dice explodes and our left dice stays primary. So we have the 1-4-5, the 2-5-7, the 6-3 center field 9, the 5-2. Our next 2 7s comes when the left dice explodes and our right dice stays primary. So the 3-6 center field 9, 2-5-7, 5-1, or I'm sorry, the 4-1-5 and the 5-2-7. Our next 4 comes when there's a double implode. So we have a 4-3-7, a 2-5-7, a 3-4-7, and a 5-2-7. And we have the last 4 happen when we have a double explode. So we have a 3-4-7, 2-5-7, 4-3-7, and a 5-2-7. When we're talking about hardways with this with the 1265 dice set, the hard 4 will show up 5 different ways. The hard 6 and the hard 8 does not happen at all with this dice set. And the hard 10 will show up 5 different ways. So total of hardways out of the 90 rolls is 11.11% of the time. Craps numbers, we're looking at 14 different craps numbers will show up out of the 90. So that's 15.55% of the rolls. And remember, our craps numbers are our 2s, 3s, 11s, and 12s. And the box numbers will show up 56 of the 90 rolls, which is 62.22%. Our hot numbers list, the 6 and 8 will show 22 different ways. So that's 24.44% of our rolls. 5 and 9 show up 16 different ways, which is 17.78% of the rolls. The 4 and 10 show up 18 different ways, which is 20% of our rolls. The 3 and 11 show up 12 different ways, which is 13.33%. And finally, the 2 and 12 show up 2 different ways, which is 2.22%. So if you look at takeaways of our 1265 dice set, on access, either double exploding or double imploding will give us 60% of our 7. So on access, that's our double implode or our double explode. And that's where 8 out of our 27s come from. 40% of the 7s will come from an implode or an explode and a primary number. So we either have an implode, which gives us our 7s, or we'll have an explode, which gives us our 7s. And that gives us a total of 4 of them, or 40% of them. The 1265 dice set is a good dice set when you're betting across, so the 4 through 10 numbers. And the 4 through 10 minus the 7 will show up 62.22% of the rolls. And just as a side note, hey, the 7 shows up 22.22% of the rolls. Hey, if you're finding values in these videos, make sure you give me that thumbs up. Make sure you share these videos, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Also, please leave a comment below, guys. This is a dice shooting journey for myself. I also want you guys to make this a dice shooting journey for yourself. And if you want to find out what the 10 steps to my dice shooting method are, look at the video on the right hand side there. Hey, my name is Joe, and this is my Craftsmaster dice shooting journey. Let's make it yours too.